Jai Shri Ram friends. Today I am going to narrate the original Ramayana, the Valmiki Ramayana in just 20 minutes in a simple language. So let's begin. On the banks of the Saryu river lay the city of Ayodhya, glittering with gold and silver, blooming with flowers. Its king was Dashrath. He was an emperor, but he had a profound sorrow. He had no children. King Dashrath performed the Putreshti Yagya to obtain a child. It was spring, the 9th day of the month of Chaitra. Kaushalya gave birth to Ram, as bright as the sun and as cool as the moon. Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharat, and Sumitra gave birth to Lakshman and Shatrughan. The palace was filled with joy. Time passed. The sacrifices conducted by sages in the forests were being disrupted by demons like Marich and Subahu. Maharshi Vishwamitra came to Dashrath's court and said, "King, give me your son Ram. He will protect my sacrifice." Dashrath was worried. Ram is not even 16 years old yet. But Maharshi Vashisht explained, "Vishwamitra is a master of both scriptures and weapons. Feel free to send Ram with him." King Dashrath agreed. Ram and Lakshman left for the forest with Rishi Vishwamitra. Ram and Lakshman guarded Vishwamitra's ashram day and night. On the 6th day, the demons Marich and Subahu attacked. Ram countered them with divine weapons, killing Subahu and driving Marich away. This demon Marich will appear again in the story as Ravan's companion. If you know this, please let us know in the comments right now. Accompanied by Vishwamitra, Ram and Lakshman arrived in Mithila. King Janak of Mithila had declared that Sita would be married to the one who could string Shiva's bow, Pinak. Many princes arrived, but none could even lift the bow. A sad Janak wondered, has the earth become devoid of heroes? Vishwamitra told Ram to try. Ram smiled and picked up the bow and strung it. When he aimed, the bow suddenly broke. The city of Mithila resounded with cries of Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Sita came and placed the garland around Ram's neck. Ram and Sita were married. Dharma and devotion were united. Bharat, Lakshman and Shatrughan were also married to Janak's daughters. When life is full of joy, sometimes sorrow is sneaking upon us. Let us see which sorrow was approaching the Dashrath family in the next chapter. King Dashrath had grown old. He wished to make Ram his successor. An announcement was made in the royal court. Ram will be crowned tomorrow morning. The citizens celebrated this announcement. Lamps were lit in every home. Ayodhya began to sparkle like a golden city. On one side, there was this ocean of happiness, but on the other side, a storm of jealousy was rising. In the palace, Kaikeyi's maid Manthra was instigating her. If Ram becomes king, it would be unfair to Bharat. Ram's mother Kaushalya would become queen mother, while you would remain an ordinary queen. Kaikeyi entered the sulking room. King Dashrath approached her and asked for the reason. Kaikeyi said, "Your Highness, do you remember? During a war you had promised me 2 boons. Dashrath said, "I remember. Ask for whatever you wish." Kaikeyi said, "The first boon I desire is that Bharat be crowned king. Let the second boon be that Ram be exiled for 14 years. Dashrath tried his best to persuade her, but Kaikeyi refused. Dashrath was heartbroken. When Ram received this news, he calmly touched his parents' feet and said, "Father, your words are my dharma. I am ready to go to exile immediately." Sita said, "If you go to the forest, I will go with you." Lakshman also vowed, "Wherever Ram is, there is Lakshman. I will also go to the forest with you." Ayodhya was immersed in grief. The people wept. They said, "Ayodhya will be desolate without Ram." Dashrath tried to stop Ram, but Ram was adamant. He was upholding his father's promise. Ram, Sita and Lakshman wore saffron clothes and after consoling the people, headed towards the forest. Dashrath was heartbroken by Ram's departure. He repeatedly called out, "Ram, Ram." Remembering Ram, King Dashrath gave up his life. All of Ayodhya was plunged into grief. Bharat, who was at his maternal grandparents' home, received the news. He returned immediately. On hearing the full story, he became furious. He vowed, "I will not accept the kingdom. This kingdom belongs only to my brother Ram." Bharat went to the forest with Guru Vashisht and the people of Ayodhya and requested Ram, "Please return to Ayodhya and accept the crown." When Ram refused, Bharat placed Ram's sandals on his head. "I will place these sandals on the throne of Ayodhya and bear the burden of the kingdom as your representative for 14 years. Ram embraced Bharat. Tears welled up in the eyes of both brothers. Heaven and earth were witnesses. No one had ever seen such brotherly love. Ram was separated from Bharat, an ideal brother. But this was not the end of his troubles. He was about to be separated from Sita, an ideal wife, as we shall see in the next chapter. Ram, Sita and Lakshman wandered through the forests, visiting the ashrams of sages. The three looked like Dharma, love and service walking together. After some time, they reached the Dandak forest. It was a dense forest filled with large trees and wild animals. Sometimes the sweet cooing of a cuckoo could be heard, and sometimes the roar of a lion. The peace of the forest was suddenly disturbed. A demoness appeared. Her name was Shurpanakha, Ravan's sister. Her appearance was terrifying, but she was captivated by Ram. She assumed the form of a beautiful woman and stood before him. "O hero, who are you? Your beauty would charm anyone. I want to marry you." Ram laughed and said, "Devi, I'm already married. My wife Sita is with me, but my brother Lakshman here is without a wife. He can marry you if he wishes." Lakshman smiled and said, "O beautiful lady, I will spend my life serving my brother and sister-in-law. Where do I have time for a wife? You should request my brother." Shurpanakha thought, if Sita is not there, then Ram will be mine. She rushed to kill Sita, but before she could touch her, Lakshman cut off her nose and ears with his sharp weapon. Shurpanakha's screams shook the entire forest. Shurpanakha went straight to her brothers, Khar and Dushan. Both were mighty demons and had an army of 14,000 demons with them. Seeing Shurpanakha's plight, Khar and Dushan became enraged. They attacked Ram with their army, but Ram killed them. Shurpanakha went to her brother Ravana in Lanka. She knew her brother's mind well. First, she rebuked him, saying that demons were being killed and he was not even aware of it. Next, she praised Ram's strength and weapon skills. And then she began to praise Sita's beauty. "I have never seen anyone as beautiful as her among the gods, or the Gandharvas, or the Yakshas, or the Kinnaras. Even Indra is nothing in front of the one whose wife is Sita." Shurpanakha's trick worked. Ravan immediately crossed the ocean in his Pushpak plane and met Marich. "Marich, disguise yourself as a golden deer and entice Sita. While Ram and Lakshman follow you, I will kidnap Sita." Marich was forced to agree. One day, Sita saw a wonderful golden deer outside the ashram. She was astonished. "This deer is so beautiful. If we could capture it, it would enhance the beauty of the ashram." Lakshman said, "Bhaiya, this is no ordinary deer. It must be some illusion created by the demons." Ram smiled and said, "Even if it's an illusion, we must try. You protect Sita, I'll catch it." Ram followed the deer. It led him far away. Finally, Ram shot an arrow. Marich reverted to his true form. As he lay dying, he cried out in Ram's voice, "Lakshman, Sita!" Hearing his scream, Sita panicked. She said to Lakshman, "Lakshman, your brother is in trouble. Go quickly and help him." Lakshman said, "No one can harm Bhaiya. You can rest assured." Sita said angrily, "Ram is in trouble and you are standing here?" Saying this, Sita started crying. Sita's tears left Lakshman with no choice but to search for Ram. You will note that in the Valmiki Ramayana, Lakshman does not draw any line, any Lakshman Rekha. As soon as Lakshman left, Ravan came there in the guise of a monk. Saffron clothes, long hair, a stick in hand, and a water pot. Ravan first tried to persuade Sita to come with him with sweet words, but when she did not agree, he forcibly made her sit in his Pushpak plane and flew away. Sita kept calling out, "O Ram, O Lakshman." The earth, the sky, the forest, the mountains all echoed with her cries. An old vulture named Jatayu saw this scene. He blocked Ravan's path. "O evil one, it is wrong to abduct a woman." Jatayu fought Ravan, but Ravan cut off his wings with his weapon. Jatayu fell to the ground. Ravan flew towards Lanka with Sita. After Sita's abduction, Ram and Lakshman wandered in the forests, hungry and thirsty. They repeatedly called out Sita's name but were met with silence. Just then, they found Jatayu lying wounded on the ground. His wings had been cut off and his body was covered in blood. Ram asked him in anguish, "O king of birds, which evil person has done this to you?" Jatayu said weakly, "Ram, a demon named Ravan has taken Sita to Lanka. I tried to stop him, but I was defeated by his strength." Saying this, Jatayu breathed his last. Tears welled up in Ram's eyes. He said, "O Jatayu, you gave up your life for me. You are like a father to me. Ram performed Jatayu's last rites with his own hands. Now Ram knows who kidnapped Sita, but he has neither a kingdom nor an army. So who will help him rescue Sita? We shall see in the next chapter. Ram and Lakshman reached Rishimukh mountain. Sugriv lived there with his band of Vanars. His brother Vali had expelled him from the kingdom. Sugriv saw Ram and Lakshman from a distance. Seeing their radiant appearance, he became frightened and said, "Who are these two? Did my brother send them?" He sent his most trusted minister Hanuman. Hanuman ascertained Ram's identity and introduced him to Sugriv. Ram and Sugriv decided to help each other. Hanuman lit a fire, and with the fire as witness, they swore a firm friendship. Ram and Sugriv devised a plan. Sugriv challenged Vali to battle. Fierce battle ensued between Sugriv and Vali. The two brothers were equal in appearance and strength, and Ram could not distinguish between Vali and Sugriv. Vali defeated Sugriv. Ram said to Sugriv, "Friend, wear a garland around your neck, then I will recognize you and help you at the right time." Battle ensued again. This time Ram recognized Sugriv by the garland. When Vali grabbed Sugriv, Ram killed him with a sharp arrow. Vali repented for his mistakes, handed over his son Angad to Ram, and gave up his life. When Sugriv became king, Sri Ram told him, "The month of Sawan has arrived. It will rain for 4 months. It will be impossible to search for Sita during this time. You stay in your capital. As promised to my father, I cannot enter any village or city. I will stay here on Mount Malyavat with Lakshman. When the month of Kartik begins, we will begin the search for Sita." Sugriv became busy with royal life. At the right time, Hanuman reminded him of his promise. Sugriv immediately ordered the Vanar army to search for Sita in all directions. The Vanar army searched for her and reached the seashore. There they met Jatayu's brother Sampati, who told them that Ravan's Lanka lay 100 yojans across the ocean. The Vanars wondered who could leap 100 yojans. The aged Jambavan approached Hanuman and said, "O best of Vanars, you are the son of the wind. You possess infinite power. You can uproot mountains. You can fly through the sky. You simply need to remember your power." Hanuman assumed a gigantic form. His body became as tall as a mountain. He roared, "Even if I had forgotten my strength, I have now remembered it. I will return only after bringing news of Mother Sita." All the Vanars gave a sky-shattering cry, "Jai Hanuman!" Hanuman climbed to the top of the mountain, bowed to the sun, and leaped. The earth shook, and trees fell from the mountain into the sea. Hanuman soared into the sky. Hanuman encountered many obstacles on his path, but with his strength and intelligence, he overcame them and continued onward. Finally, Hanuman crossed the sea and reached Lanka, the golden city of Lanka. Towering palaces, beautiful streets, and lush gardens. The splendor of Ravan's city was dazzling. Hanuman waited for the night to fall. He then assumed a small form and entered the city of Lanka. In the heart of Lanka was the Ashok Vatika. Sita sat there, thin and miserable, eyes filled with tears. Hanuman's eyes became moist too. Just then, Ravana arrived. He tried to persuade Sita. "Sita, accept me. Your Ram will never come to save you." Sita replied firmly, "I belong to Ram and will always belong to him alone." Ravan became furious. He ordered the demonesses, "Convince Sita by any means necessary," and returned to his palace. Hanuman saw all this and thought to himself, "Before I go back, I should console Mother Sita." Hanuman climbed down from the tree and said in a sweet voice, "Mother Sita." Sita was startled and frightened. Hanuman said, "I am Ram's messenger. I have come here across the ocean in search of you." Sita asked doubtfully, "Are you telling the truth? How could a messenger of Ram come here?" Hanuman placed Ram's ring at Sita's feet. Sita's eyes welled with tears. She hugged the ring to her chest and said, "This is a memento of Ram. O best of Vanars, give my Ram a message that Sita is waiting for him." Sita took off her Chudamani ornament and gave it to Hanuman, saying, "Show this to my lord. Tell him that Ravana has given me 2 months. After that, he will kill me." Hanuman bowed and said, "Mother, Ram will free you soon." Hanuman thought, "Before returning, Let me test Ravan's strength a little. He assumed a gigantic form and ravaged the Ashok garden. Ravan's soldiers captured him and took him to his court. Ravan said, "Kill this wicked Vanar." Vibhishan said, "Bhaiya, it is wrong to kill a messenger." Ravan ordered, "Then set his tail on fire." The soldiers tied a cloth to Hanuman's tail and set it on fire. But Hanuman broke free and set all of Lanka ablaze. Palaces burned, gems melted, and the golden city went up in smoke. Hanuman returned across the ocean and delivered Sita's message and Chudamani to Ram. All eyes were now on Sri Ram. What would be his next move? Let's see in the next chapter. Meanwhile, in Lanka, Ravan's court was deliberating on how to deal with the impending attack. Vibhishan advised, "Bhaiya, don't provoke the Vanars without reason. Return Sita to Ram." Ravan said arrogantly, "I fear no one. I will not give up Sita." A hurt Vibhishan left Ravan and went to Ram's camp. The Vanars advised Ram, "This is Ravan's brother. Don't trust him." But Sri Ram said, "I never abandon anyone who comes to me for shelter, even if he is an enemy." Thus Vibhishan joined Ram's army. Sri Ram prayed to the sea god, "O sea, give us way so that we can reach Lanka and destroy evil." Even after 3 days of prayer, the sea remained unresponsive. Then Ram in anger raised his bow. The ocean god immediately appeared and with folded hands said, "O son of Dashrath, do not shoot arrows at me. The Vanar craftsmen named Nal and Neel can build a bridge over my waves. I will help them." The Vanars picked up stones, broke mountains and threw them into the sea. Thus the Ram Setu was built. As soon as the bridge was built, millions of Vanars rode and began moving towards Lanka. Ravan, the king of Lanka, began preparations for war. Many people advised him to return Sita to Ram, but Ravan refused. The war began. On the battlefield, Vanars lifted mountains and hurled them at the demons. The demons released divine weapons. Angad, Nal, Neel and Hanuman roared loudly and fought their enemies. Lanka trembled. The earth was covered with blood. Ravan's son Indrajit entered the battlefield. Using his magical powers, he became invisible and showered arrows. Ram and Lakshman were wounded. Ravan awakened his giant brother Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna, as tall as a mountain, possessed the strength of countless elephants. When he appeared on the battlefield, the army of Vanars fled. Hanuman, Neel and Angad stopped him. Ram finally killed him with Indrastra. Kumbhakarna fell to the ground as if a mountain had crumbled. Indrajit distracted the Vanars by showing them the illusion of Mother Sita, but Vibhishan revealed the secret. Lakshman confronted him. Fierce battle ensued. Lakshman killed Indrajit with the Indrastra. Lanka was plunged into grief. Now Ravan himself arrived on the battlefield. His chariot was as tall as a mountain. His roar made the Vanars tremble. Ravan struck Lakshman with such force with his spear that it knocked him unconscious. Hanuman immediately resolved to bring the medicine from the mountains. He lifted the entire mountain and brought Lakshman back to his senses. The Vanar army roared again. The epic battle between Ram and Ravan began. It continued for many days and nights. Whenever Ram cut off one of Ravan's heads, a new one would immediately grow. Finally, Ram chanted mantras and used the Brahmastra. The arrow pierced Ravan's heart. Lanka trembled. Ravan fell to the ground. The victorious Ram crowned Vibhishan as the king of Lanka. Hanuman located Sita and brought her to Sri Ram. Sri Ram said that she had stayed in Ravan's palace for a long time, so he could not accept her. A heartbroken Sita had Lakshman prepare a funeral pyre and jumped into the burning flames. Agnidev himself brought Sita to safety and declared, "Sita is innocent. She has always been pure." Sri Ram said that he knew it, but it was necessary to prove Sita's purity before the world. The Pushpak Viman was prepared, carrying Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman and the Vanar army back to Ayodhya. Bharat welcomed his brother and Ram was crowned king. Ayodhya was filled with joy. Ram Rajya was established, place without sorrow, without falsehood, without injustice. Ramayan teaches us that no matter how powerful evil becomes, The victory of good over evil is certain in every era. Let's end this story by saying it together. Jai Shri Ram.